Hello, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Dynamite review, or I should be saying the Beach Break review. This is a show that's been building up for I don't know how long. I don't know why they didn't keep Bash at the Beach. I don't mind it being called Beach Break and whatnot, but didn't they do Bash at the Beach last year? Maybe because I think it was in Miami, Florida last year. I think it was. So I get the whole neon, Grand Theft Auto Vice City lights or neon lights or whatnot last year, but I would call it Bash of the Beach again this year. Then, Beach Bash, which, not Beach Bash, but Beach Break. I like Bash at the Beach better, so I thought that was a better name. We do kick it off, though, with a tag team battle royale with several tag teams that are already kind of on the outside of the ring as some were coming in. We had the Dark Order, Jungle Express, the what Inner Circle, and whatever subgroup what is in the Inner Circle, from Sammy Hagar to LAX and Jericho and MJF. Private Party, Top Flight, The Acclaimed, the Young Bucks. Teams I probably don't even know who were in this match. Basically, like I say, it's a battle royale and whatnot. So I guess you gotta eliminate both of your partners to get in this, to win this match. A lot was going on, so I can't really name everything in this match. I know Gallows and Anderson came out, basically causing Nick Jackson get eliminated. Even as Isaiah Cassidy got eliminated too, because you got to remember, Private Party are still going for the Impact Tag Team title. So it's like they got two tag title shots where they lost one, but they still got another one coming up in No Surrender in about a week or two. But yeah. Like I said, Nick Jackson, I'm getting eliminated by LAX. Then I think Matt was already gone. Like after several more eliminations, eliminating the Dark Order and whatnot too. I think like the finals was like Jericho, MJF, Sammy Guevara, and then the faces. I guess you had both. Was it I think it was both Top Flight and Jungle Boy that were still in there. Basically, the Inner Circle worked together then. Jungle Boy was gone after that. Next thing you know, who else was gone? I think Guevara. I think he took out that Caster dude. But next thing you know, like the final ones, because yeah, Guevara got not Guevara, but now MJF got eliminated by what's his name, Caster. I think that's the dude with the Acclaim, I believe, not the other Top Flight dude. So I'm trying to get these guys' names right and whatnot, but it kind of got to the final three, which was Jericho, Guevara, and Darius Martin. Basically, the Inner Circle worked together, but Guevara was end up going out next. It was Martin and Chris Jericho next. Jericho ended up getting the Judas effect to get the win. To face now, it's gonna be Jericho and MJF versus the Young Bucks for the tag title. So yes, Chris Jericho, MJF, and Wardlow get back in the ring and celebrated then. So it's not much I can really say from this. I'm not surprised that Jericho and them won. I figured they were gonna win anyways, because who else was gonna face the Young Bucks for the tag titles? Once again, I still feel like LAX kind of gets screwed. They are an actual tag team within the Inner Circle, but they always seem to lose all the time or just get no spotlight and whatnot. Could have another tag team could have won in this. I'm not really sure. Like we've seen the Acclaim face the Young Bucks already. Top Flight, I like Top Flight, but you know, they still need some time and whatnot. So Jericho MJF, I'm not really surprised. So kind of predictable when you think about the battle royale. It was okay. I'll give it that. Don't get me wrong. They had other people's stuff going on along in that match, stories and whatnot. But I thought it was okay. They had a Jade Cargill video package. Basically, it was her working out. The greatest thing about this video package is that she did not talk. So that was really good. The real question now, it seems, when will this girl wrestle, and is she even good? I think that's the main question. Like, enough talk, and trust me, she is not really a good talker. So this was the best way, at least showcase, hey, she has a look and she looks powerful. So we're still waiting for her to wrestle though. Next, we did have Tony Schiavone come out and basically bring out Darby Allin and Sting, who are going to be facing Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in a street fight at Revolution. Sting, of course, it's got to do that whole snow entrance. Snow Sting, I call him now. Apparently, it's like 44 degrees in Jacksonville, so I guess it is. It's pretty cold right now. I'll give it that. But as they talked about Darby Allin defending his TNT title, Taz interrupted him then pretty much with his whole squad. Like, we're gonna be watching you defend your TNT title against Joey Janela, and let me get to that bullshit in a second. But Ricky Starks went on to say, we were allowed in the building. They would tell Sting he's not the man of the past and whatnot. So good luck to Darby next week. Sting basically called out Team Taz and said he's going to be right there for that TNT title match. He wanted to make sure that Darby Allin's match is going to be man on man. That anyone's going to get involved in this. Allen is going to fit. Darby Allin's going to go against whoever for the TNT title, and that's it. So Sting basically told Ricky Starks to take a look closer in his eyes, and that if you don't think he's an icon anymore. So not bad of a segment. Good promo by Sting and whatnot. Basically calling out Ricky Starks and all of them. Like I said, it's building into their match Revolution. Now here's a real question I'm sure people want to know. Why in the blue fuck does Jelly Nutella have a damn title shot next week? Okay, that made no sense. I don't know. Is he getting wins on Dark? Is something? Because I'm sitting there wondering, like, who in the blue fuck gave this man a title shot? Like, come on, nobody don't even want to see that shit. And the last time, Nutella there was even on TV was when then Kenny Omega beat the living dog shit out of it about. Wow, I can't believe I'm getting this word messed up. Dog shit out of him a few weeks ago, or like a month ago or two. So what does that warrant him a title shot? Like, you've already got your ass kicked by the world champion. Why is he going against the TNT champion? Please, can somebody give me an explanation to this or something? Because this makes no sense. When I sat there and was listening, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why in God's name does he have a title? Who made this decision? I really want to know. Because that's dumb. Okay, nobody don't want to see that shit. Nobody. Like, I feel bad for Darby Allin because he's going to have to carry that match next week, but good Lord, man. Come the fuck on, man. There's levels to this shit. Nutella getting a damn title shot. I don't know. Nobody won't want to see that, though, but that makes no sense. Unless he's been getting wins on Dark, then I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, I really don't. Next, we got Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. Honestly, I think this is one of the better women's matches we've seen in a while now on AEW. This was not bad. This was actually really good. I like this match. I'm sure my friend Steven will try to tell you that he's now noticing that Thunder Rosa has cake. I'm surprised he is now noticing that. I've known that for a while now, but he's now catching on to the game. But yeah, this match though, this was not bad. I actually like this match. Even the finish, of course, Rebel gets involved in tearing off the second turnbuckle. Baker ended up knocking Thunder Rosa into the exposed turnbuckle, and then she put her in the lockjaw then, which basically the referee had called off the match. Thunder Rosa never tapped out, but she was knocked out cold, so the doctors had checked Thunder Rosa after that. But this was not bad. Like I said, I like Thunder Rosa. Usually I shit on a lot of these Baker matches, but I thought she was competent here. This was not bad. The finish, I was okay with it with the whole exposed turnbuckle thing and whatnot. I'm sure we'll get a rematch from this, so I could see that happening. But this was not a bad women's match, and you know what? It wasn't an 8:30 death time slot. Usually when we see women's matches on AEW, it's in the death time slot. But this time, they were like an hour earlier, and they didn't even have to keep promoting that AEW heels bullshit. So that wasn't bad. Next, we had a video package. Not video package, but I guess the interview with Matt Hardy and Hangman. In the locker room last week, as Paige said, "Hey man, I'm not looking for a partner. I'm just using your locker room to change, okay?" And basically, they talked about what Chaos Project interrupting or trying to ruin Negative One's birthday last week or two. So they're gonna give him tonight. So yes, we did get Hangman Page and Matt Hardy. Looked in better shape, I should say, nowadays. Going against Luther and Serpentico. Listen, it's not much I can say from this match. I get it's just to further this whole story with Hangman and Matt Hardy of, people trying to get him to join the crew and whatnot. But I don't really need to see Luther or Serpentico in the ring. I really don't. I don't even know why this was even a match. But hey, they got to beat some scrubs on TV. But Hangman, he hit his buckshot lariat on Serpentico, but Hardy tagged himself in and stole the pin. So Matt taking all the glory and whatnot, kind of what he's been doing with Private Party and stuff. So, not surprised by what's going on here. So, yeah, Matt, like I said, Matt Hardy and Hangman, we'll see where this goes. But, yeah, he ended up stealing the pin, and, Hangman did not really want anything to do with Matt Hardy after that. Next, though, okay, now I guess we got another not tag team, but another tournament coming for the women, a USA versus Japan tournament to see who will be the number one contender for the AEW Women's Championship. And they announced the bracket. I got a couple things to say about this, okay? From the side on Japan, they have Aja Kong. I do know who that is. Yuka Sakazaki. Vinny, I think the name is. Emi Sakura. Why the fuck did y'all bring back Emi Sakura? She wasn't good the first time she was over here. Please don't bring her back. I don't need to see the Freddie Mercury bullshit again. I'm sorry, not Rio. Rio Mizunami. Mei Suruga. Ren Kadok. I'm sorry if I'm messing these names up. Ren Katakura, and Mikey Ito, and I guess for America, you have Serena Deeb, Riho, Britt Baker, Tanara Conti, Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose, Anna Jay, and Layla Hirsch. Okay, let me say this about this tournament, because this can go, bad or good, or sink or swim. Like I say with Jade Cargo, it's sink or swim. This could be a good tournament. Possibly. Or B, I don't know. Now listen, I don't know where they got all these women from. I don't know if they got them from Stardom. I'm sure people will say, where's B Priestley? Why don't they bring B Priestley back? Isn't she like the champion down there in Stardom? Listen, I already know what she's doing right now in New Japan with Will Ospreay, so I know what's going on with that. But like I said, she's the champion, so I don't know why they don't bring her in. Hopefully they brought in some better Joshi wrestlers than they did last time. I know some of them are the same we've seen before. I know Aja Kong's a legend. Yuka Sakazaki, I know she's been here before, but she's at the one with the magic carpet pants or whatnot. Emi Sakura, I don't want to see on my TV. The rest, I don't know, so I'm not really gonna say anything about it right now until I see see more. But we'll see if they brought in better Joshi wrestlers this time. As for USA side, listen, it's basically the roster. It's nothing really different other than just one or two NWA people. It's basically just the AEW roster. Some would question, like I said, my friend even said no Big Swole in the tournament. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, to be honest. They could have brought in Allison Kay, they said, or this would have been possibility to bring in, people from Impact in this tournament, because basically it's just the AEW roster. All right, it's the AEW roster versus Japan or Stardom or whatever company they got these women from. But that's basically what it looks like, because they could have brought in Taya Valkyrie, who is not with Impact anymore. This would have been a good way showcase her and put her into the tournament and whatnot. Or they could have just brought talent from Impact and brought them over here, okay? The Knockouts, they got a great division over there, all right? Probably one of the best in wrestling right now. And, they could have put in Jordan Grace. They could have put in Deonna Purrazzo. They could have put in Sue Young, Rosemary there, Kiera Hogan, Tasha Steelz. The list goes on when it comes to the Knockouts. They had a chance to do that. And like I said, they had a chance to capitalize on Taya if they even signed Taya or whatnot. I'm not really sure. But it's basically the AEW roster versus the women's roster versus the roster they got in Japan. Okay? Probably Stardom, I'm going to assume. Okay? So that's all I can really take from this. All right? That's all I can really that's all I can really go from here. All right? That's all I can really say about this. So we'll see what happens in this tournament. This can either go good or it can go bad. So, yeah, we'll see if they brought in better ones this time. But moving on, though. Next, they went to Chris Jericho and MJF. I guess they were celebrating their win, and they had a cooler and everything. But Sammy Guevara says, did we, though? He said to Chris, how did we do it? Because it looks like you guys won. I thought we were all in this together, but it looks like we're all just collateral damage all the time. And basically, Guevara says, listen, man, you want to say we're all in it together? He's not so sure. When Guevara left, Jericho had chased after him then, but MJF basically said, hey, guys, let's have a conversation, all right? Wardlow closed the door, so obviously MJF is trying to usurp the group, and, I'm sure he's going to get him to turn on Jericho, so I think that's going to happen sooner or later, so get ready for that. Next, we had oh boy, the wedding angle. What is this, the fourth wedding angle Miro Rusev has been part of, and they've all been bad. And I know I saw Vicky Guerrero at one point talking to Kip Sabian, and they brought Chuck Taylor out there. And of course, they have the sinister minister himself. James Mitchell is back again. What is this, the second, third wedding he's been the minister of? Because the last one he was in on Impact, someone ended up getting shot. The whole Johnny Bravo storyline. And if I do remember, like almost like maybe about a year ago or two, yeah, it was a year ago. Was he like the minister for what's the dude's name? Brian Cage and Melissa Santos' wedding. So yeah, we got James Mitchell back as a minister. Hopefully nobody gets shot during this whole wedding angle this time. But they brought him in. Wow, from all the people they could have brought in from Impact, they brought in James Mitchell, and they put him in another wedding angle, which, come on, the last one we saw was bad, and we had to do some Who Shot JR type of storyline now. I'm not going to get into that because I already had enough problems with the whole Who Shot Johnny Bravo thing, and I thought it was bad anyways in Impact, so you can go watch out my past Impact videos if you want to know about all that bullshit. But they brought him in. What was it? Mitchell, he did the whole vows thing, and, Ford and Sabian said something, and he talked about the one piece she was in, and said, damn, you look hot outside and whatnot. And, just, I that was funny one point when Mitchell did say, do you take this alluring creature to grope, I guess, and, I guess he said, I do after that. I thought that was pretty funny. And I guess after they said I do, does anybody object to this or anything? So the power invested in AEW and Tony Khan, he had, announced the man and wife. You may now kiss the ball and chain. And I guess as they're about to have a toast, Miro there talked to Charles, Chuck Taylor, and whatnot. And, the champagne glasses, and start talking about him. He says he's always been part of a couple wedding angles and weddings of his own. Yeah, we've seen it, and it's not really been good. And he had a present for him. Basically, there was a box in the corner, which Miro started beating up the box. There was nobody in it. He told Chuck Taylor to clean it up. And then, he went on to talk about his speech about what is love, and they start doing that song, what is love, baby, don't hurt me. No more, that whole thing and whatnot. Everybody know. I'm sure a lot of people know that song, but they start singing that. Miro said that's enough. It's time for cake. And then next thing you know, Miro couldn't even walk because I guess his legs were cuffed. And, when James Mitchell left, Sabian, he tried to punch Chuck Taylor, but Chuck Taylor ended up pushing Sabian the night before, which her face hit the cake, which her face barely even hit the cake. It's not like it was like a face full of cake. Like, she barely even touched it. It's almost like she stopped herself. If she only had like a little cake, you just wipe away and it's gone then after that. But then, of course, Orange Cassidy jumps out the giant cake and does his finish on the, Kip Sabian and whatnot and knock Miro out the ring. So, yeah, listen, this was bad. It's nothing really good I could say from this. Hey, I like James Mitchell, but, dude, it's almost the same thing. He just did an Impact, except nobody didn't get shot this time, okay? I haven't cared about this angle in general. I could have swore we were supposed to see, like, some bachelor party. What happened to that whole thing? They never really showed what happened at the bachelor party. They were building that up for months, and it never even happened, or they never even... They bring in that King of Kong dude, the guy that won all the Donkey Kong video games, and they had something to do with him, but nothing happened. Okay? Nothing. So, it's nothing really good I can take from this. But yeah, so when is Trent coming back to this team? Well, I'm kind of maybe glazing that part of this angle right now. Like I said, this angle is just really bad. Like I said, I don't care. Listen, Trent's already got enough problems. Look like, isn't he like getting buried by for what he said about Undertaker or something online right now because of that whole interview? But yeah, this whole angle wedding thing is just fucking stupid. Okay, so I'm just glad it's over, but just a lot of plot holes and just wasn't like you knew it was gonna be bad. It's just really, really bad. So that's how bad it is. But moving on though. We did get a video from Shaquille O'Neal, basically showing off his new finisher, the Black Tornado, I think it was called, and calling Cody Cupcake Cody Rhodes. So yeah, since he was on Inside NBA, basically burying Cody. And apparently this match is gonna be on March 3rd of AEW. I could have swore this was on pay-per-view, but now they decided to change it. Don't know why. You'd think having Shaquille O'Neal on here, you put that on pay-per-view, not TV, but I don't know. Are they trying to get ratings in or something? I'm not really sure. But kind of strange that they moved it off the pay-per-view though. Like I said, Shaquille O'Neal, you saved that for a big pay-per-view match, but they decided to change it. I have literally no clue why, unless they have no faith of it being good on pay-per-view. Next, we got Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston, a rematch, but a lumberjack match as several people on the outside of the ring, from Billy Gunn to was it Cesar, something from NXT. I guess he left. Who else? Peter Avalon, TH2, Bear Country, and others. So I don't even know who all these teams are out here. Basically, this was 50-50 booking. It was a good match, don't get me wrong, but Archer ended up getting the blackout on Eddie Kingston for the win. So yeah, 50-50 booking, and just a lot of stuff going along in this match. A lot of dives, just a lot of stuff all over the place, to be honest with you. So what can I say? It's 50-50 booking. Lance Archer got his win back. Next, we got Tully Blanchard and FTR in the back talking about how that the Jungle Express looked like they just went to the principal's office just to, snitch on them for what they did last week. So now that they're suspended and now they see how things are working against them. Tully said, that FTR is the best team in wrestling right now, and they just want another shot at the tag team titles. And we're not bad men, but sometimes they have to ask, what would bad men do? Next, they pulled Marco Stunt in a chair. Basically, he was tied up and gagged, so he's pulled hostage, and it looked like the commentary team did not care. Honestly, who gives a fuck about Marco Stunt growth in general? So, yes, some would say these guys should be arrested for basically kidnapping the guy, but hey, fuck it, kill him. I wouldn't mind that. I'm sure a lot of people would not mind that either. But push him off a cliff, or he's been kidnapped. Kidnapping? What kidnapping? I ain't seen no kidnapping. This is what we call a hostile negotiation. So what the cops see? Hey man, I don't know nothing. Hey man, that dude just happened to be in a chair. They must be I don't know. They must be playing musical chairs with the dude. He's tied up. So yeah, why should we care that Marco Stunt's been kidnapped? Who gives a shit? Move on. Fuck him. Next though, they had Joey Janela do a promo for basically say he's gonna be the AEW the TNT champion. I didn't really not care. Once again, I have no idea why this guy has a title shot, and I don't think anybody wants to see that match next week. So it makes literally no sense. But in the main event, though, we got the I don't even want to call them Bullet Club at this point, or makeshift Bullet Club, since New Japan keeps shooting on them anyways. Omega and the Good Brothers, they had some new music, and the oddest thing they did here was, okay, Don Callis is about to do a promo. Why do you go to commercial during a promo? They went against Jon Moxley, Pac, and Phoenix. The main event, though, main event was good. I like the main event, though. Like I said, very fast paced, very hard hitting. Phoenix is a madman. I will say at least a lot of his stuff was a little bit more precise this time when it comes to those kicks, but the guy damn near kills himself in the ring sometime. I'll say that. But just a lot of stuff going on. Omega even hitting his own Death Rider and or Paradigm Shift, and freaking Pac does a damn moonsault or something in the air. Not a moonsault, but a 450 splash to break it up. Like I said, this match was just crazy, all right? It really was. But it ended up with the Good Brothers getting the Magic Killer onto Phoenix for the win. Omega, hitting a V-trigger on Pac to knock him out of there. And as they start to jump Phoenix then right after that, Mox tried to go for the save, but once again, the heels started taking down the faces then. Lance Archer came out basically to knock away the Good Brothers. Then I forgot he is still kind of helping Phoenix and Pac out there, but next thing you know, Mox and Omega are down. Mox was trying to get up, but then next thing you know, a masked man came out. And who is it to be that attacked Moxley? It ended up being Kenta from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Kenta ended up hitting the GTS onto him. Of course, he had his Bullet Club shirt on, or his, Go to Sleep Club t-shirt. And after he hit the GTS, Omega ended up put his foot on Moxley to close the show. Now, if you don't know why Kenta is on here, and I got a lot to say about this last part of the show, because I'm sure everybody did mark out when they saw Kenta show up on AEW, and it is somebody from New Japan Pro Wrestling. If you do not know, Moxley is still the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion. And John Moxley did return to New Japan Pro Wrestling last Friday, on their American, New Japan Strong show, which they've been doing over the summer and have continued to do it. I don't really know how it's taped or whatnot, but since John Moxley is back on New Japan Pro Wrestling, he showed up and he attacked Kenta last Friday and the Bullet Club. On February the 26th, the IWGP US Championship will be on the line. So obviously Kenta had to come back and get payback on John Moxley tonight. Okay, so with that match coming up for New Japan, I'm sure this is going to be a way to promote it, and people will go and watch that match then by doing this tonight, by furthering the angle onto AEW and whatnot, since everybody thought it was going to be a Wrestle Kingdom, but with all these COVID restrictions and travel restrictions, it's kind of hard to do that right now. But that match is still going to happen. People forget that Moxley is still the IWGP US champion and whatnot. Okay, now there's a lot of questioning coming into this with Kenta showing up on AEW. It is cool that, hey, you got Impact, AEW, and NJPW in the same ring. Now, I'm sure people are, well, Kenta's actually the only Bullet Club member on this show is Kenta, because he is in the group actually currently right now. He's just not in Japan right now. The rest of the members are. But, uh, I think this is probably just a trade-off. I'm sure everybody's thinking, oh, the forbidden door has been opened, as they like to call it, or the partnership is going on. We don't know if there's a partnership yet. Now, I know that New Japan apparently has an announcement tomorrow, to what I've been hearing, but I don't know if it has to do with what's going on right now. I think this is just a trade-off because, hey, Moxley showed up on New Japan show, so Kenta gets to show up on AEW show now at this point. All right. So we don't know if there's a partnership yet. We really don't. I think this may have been a one off. Like I said, this is still to promote their match that's coming up. I don't think Kent is going to be showing up every week on AEW until the match happens. I'm not sure. Yes, we've seen Tanahashi show up, but that was like through video. And yes, they have referenced multiple references to New Japan, because half the roster, well, some of the roster here has been on New Japan Pro Wrestling or wrestled there, or stuff they probably brought from Wrestle Kingdom and whatnot. Okay, so I'm not really sure if this partnership is really happening or not. Maybe it's a step to it. I don't know. But I'm not going to jump to conclusions on that yet. Like I said, with Tana showing up on here, that was just through video. But with Kenta showing up on here tonight, I think this was like a trade-off or maybe a one-off thing until the match happens, coming up for that U.S. title. But it was still cool to see Kenta show up on AEW TV. So, like I said, I know people think it's a partnership, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions right now on that, okay? Overall, it was a really good show. I'll say that. I like like I said, I like the main event. I like Kenta showing up. I actually like the women's match. That was probably one of the better ones. Archer and Kingston was good, but it was 50-50 booking. Can't say I really cared about Matt Hardy and Hangman versus, Luther and Serpentico, given it they were going against Luther and Serpentico. That's why. The wedding Kip Sabian thing was very bad. Apparently, this may have been the real wedding. That's what I keep hearing, but it was just still bad in general. The Sting and Darby promo was okay. I still don't know why the fuck Darby Allin's going against Nutella Janela next week. Who gives a shit? The tag team battle royal was alright, but predictable, though. I figured Chris Jericho and MJF were going to win anyway. So, yeah. The Beach Break show, I thought it was good on a couple parts, but a lot of the show was just kind of like or I don't really care, or it's just bad, okay? But yeah, with Kenta showing up tonight, that was not bad though. To end it off. So yeah, they still got another title and show to promote, and this, like I said, was a trade-off tonight. But other than that, though, that is my AEW Dynamite review, or I should say the Beach Break review. Let me correct myself. So yeah. Other than that, though, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Tell me what you think about Beach Break tonight, and what do you think is going to happen going forward. Do you believe New Japan and AEW have a partnership going on? I do know that Impact and New Japan kind of have a partnership going on, since they kind of promote each other's shows, and we've seen Impact talent on New Japan once again. The Strong Show, though, for that Super J Cup tournament, so we've seen that too, but we have seen references to that also. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if you all think it's a partnership going on one of these things, but I like I said, I kind of know what Impact and New Japan, they are working together. I do know that. AEW, that's a question in the air, but it may be a step in the right direction. So yeah, like I said before, the whole forbidden door thing, I don't think it's really open all the way yet. All right, but other than that, though. Follow me on Twitter, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about this show tonight. We'll have an NXT review coming up soon, so yeah. And check out my Royal Rumble review that is uploaded online right now. Me and my co-host Kyle Coleman went about an hour, 30 minutes about it, audio form, folks, so check that review out right now. Other than that, follow me on Twitter at I said follow me on Twitter. I've already said follow me on Twitter at 9890. Look at me, I'm repeating myself, okay? But other than that, yeah, I'm out of here, though. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.